Thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. We really, truly appreciate it. So, first off, we really want to thank you for coming and for your support. It's because of people like you, people that got involved and that voted where we won. So, in order to start things off tonight, would we all rise as our new Township Clerk, Lois Wachino, leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Lois will be leading us in the pledge each month, and we thought she needed the training, so she had some experience. Okay, in order to start off the evening, we would like to have Rabbi Margaret Klein from Congregation Knesset Israel give us the invocation. Rabbi Klein has been an inspiring community member for many years, and we're pleased that she is here with us this evening. Rabbi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Jewish days begin at sundown, so it is good morning, I guess. I don't know. From the time of Jeremiah the prophet, about 2,500 years ago, Jews have prayed for their leaders and advisors wherever they have lived, whomever the government of the day has been. So from our prayer book, the first version of which came out in 1950, Siddur Sim Shalom, cleaned up for the more modern language. Our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessings for our country, for its government, for its leaders and advisors, and for all who exercise just and rightful authority. Teach them insights from your Torah, that they may administer all affairs of state fairly, that peace and security, happiness and prosperity, justice and freedom may forever abide in our midst. Creator of all flesh, bless all the inhabitants of our country with your spirit. May citizens of all races and creeds forge a common bond in true harmony to banish hatred and bigotry and to safeguard the ideals and free institutions that are the pride and glory of our country. May this land under your providence be an influence for good throughout the world, uniting all people in peace and freedom, helping them fulfill the vision of your prophet, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they experience war anymore, and let us say, Amen. As I've already told you, those are not my words, nor were they AI generated. They are the words of the prayer book that we say every week. So we believe that footnoting is important. Let me just show you a page of Talmud one day. From the Chicago Jewish Board of Education, talking about Jewish values and civil discourse in turbulent times, I culled this together. May your arguments as a board be for the sake of heaven. May you not separate yourself from the community. May you not stand idly by while your neighbor bleeds. May you recognize that the law of the land is the law. Keep far from false charges. Judge others fairly. Have common decency and humility. May we seek peace and pursue it while you are repairing the world, or at least our corner of Elgin. I pray for courage, for compassion and empathy, for the ability to listen to each other in the community with whole hearts. I pray for patience and strength when others disagree with you or when you need to reach a difficult decision that requires consensus and coalitions. I pray for our children, the widows, the orphans, the strangers, the most marginalized who may not have a voice, and I added, or a vote. I pray for our social service agencies to continue to provide critical emergency services like shelter, mental health services, and access to health care. I pray for our faith communities that come together and help with mutual understanding and respect. And I pray for our first responders who are tasked with keeping all of you safe, and me and my community too. I pray for each of you that the vision that you have that led you to this place, and the vision that you have of this nation, this state, this county, continues to be part of that American dream, and that it not be diminished. And I was an American Studies major, as my congregation will tell you quickly. So I also add a prayer, the prayer for peace that, as George Washington said to the Hebrew congregation in Newport, Rhode Island in 1790. For happily, the government of the United States, which gives to bigotry no sanction, to persecution no assistance. Then quoting the prophet Micah, which we just quoted, may there come a day when everyone may sit under their vine and under their fig tree, and none shall make them afraid. May the God who makes peace in the high heavens make peace here on earth speedily and in our day. Amen. Amen. Give a rabbi a mic. Try not to block the
Thank you, Margaret.
video. There's an echo in the mic somewhere.
Your new board has decided to use this event to outline our vision for the township, talk about the programs we will be continuing, and present the new programs that we will be creating. Our event is held on Zoom, is being broadcast live by WRMN 1410 Radio, and is also being broadcasted on WRMN's YouTube channel. We'd like to thank Dean Delally and Dennis Green from WRMN for making this possible. We'd also like to thank Mike Rendy, our friend from Sight by Mike, for coordinating all of the technical details required to make this happen. Well, in order to make this official, we need to be sworn in. Kane County has been blessed with many excellent judges. I feel personally honored to know many of them. There we go. I feel personally honored to know many of them. I'm impressed by their wisdom and dedication to their job and to our community. Whether it was Judge Nolan or Judge Dalton or Chief Judge Villa or any other judge in Kane County in particular, we would have been honored by their presence. We chose Judge Valdez for several reasons. Partly because of his dedication to the community. Partly because he brought his children to some of our meetings and we saw how he acted as a parent. And partly because we know how dedicated his wife Maria is to serving our community. So we're pleased to welcome the Honorable Circuit Court Judge Julio Cesar Valdez. Judge Valdez has been active in this community for many years. He will now be giving the oaths of office to each office. Judge Valdez. You're being recorded.
Good evening, everyone.
This is now on the list.
If you would please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Elgin Township Supervisor
of the office of Elgin Township Supervisor
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities.
Supervisor?
Thank you.
Please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear
I, Jason Krabby, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Elgin Township Road Commissioner
of the office of Elgin Township Road Commissioner
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities.
Please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear
I, Lois Wachino, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duty
and I will faithfully discharge the duty
of the office of Elgin Township Clerk
of the office of Elgin Township Clerk
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I believe we're doing all four trustees
All four
together.
trustees.
We can all raise our right hands, please. I do solemnly swear
I, Elgin, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Elgin Township Trustee
of the office of Elgin Township Trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Sir, congratulations.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah, thank you. I'd like to recognize all of the elected officials and distinguished guests that are here tonight. We definitely appreciate their support. Penny Wakeman, who was helping upstairs, there she is way in the back. Penny, thank you. Thank you for helping us sign it. I'm not sure why she's here tonight, but I'd like to recognize Cheryl Strathman. Okay, Deborah Willis is declared as a candidate for Elgin, for Kane County for next year. Maria Manzo is here representing Bill Foster. Where is Maria? Thank you, Maria. I see Corinne Pirog in the back. Our Kane County Chairwoman is Chris Caius. I see Chris Caius. And I see my son and his wife back there. Who am I missing? Tish. Oh, Tish Powell. Yeah. Thank you, Tish. And we also have and there's a new township supervisor from Dundee. All right. Father Shaw. She signed up for this and is started this morning. Congratulations. And then I think we have some online.
I don't know if we have any elected people.
No, I meant
Oh, yeah. Video. Jeanette will get that playing.
Oh, and I'll leave the mic.
Hand her the mic, we'll set it by the speaker so people can hear.
Here, you didn't thank your wife.
Wow.
we're not done yet.
She's
Okay, 2 steps farther back. Perfect.
Hi, everybody. I'm Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy. I just want to welcome Elgin Township's newly elected officials. Congratulations to all of you. I can't wait to work together with you. When you stepped up to serve, that said a lot about you, but it also said a lot about our community because they entrusted you with the responsibility of serving all of us, making sure that people raise their families in Elgin, that we stay safe, that we attract businesses, and that we remain a vibrant, diverse community of public-minded people who want everyone to achieve their American dream. And so I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait to see you guys in person and congratulate you then. In the meantime, best wishes and congratulations again.
Hello, this is Congressman Bill Foster. I'm sorry I can't make it there in person because I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. But I just want you to know that I'm honored to be able to congratulate all the newly elected officials of Elgin Township and also to congratulate you for being part of the peaceful transfer of power that happens thousands of times each year at all levels of our government, because this, in the end, is the magic of democracy in the United States. So I wish you all the best of luck in your elected terms of office, serving the people of Elgin Township with integrity and dedication. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now I'd like to thank my wife. Judy and I have been married now for 30 years, and we truly enjoy each other's company. She was not very happy about my running for this office, were you, dear? Because she knew that by winning, as we obviously did, it would reduce the time that we have together. But after the votes were counted and people started calling, she's changed her mind a little. Okay? And I want to apologize in advance to Anna Silva. Where are you? Oh, back there hiding. Cheryl Strathman. Lola. Okay. And David Bennett. Okay. Due to me, you will sing a little less of your spouses. I'm one of the ones that talked them into doing this, okay? And many of you that walked, called, mailed, and shared your opinions with your friends, it's your effort that made this success possible. We ran a positive campaign, and we are proud of it. And in particular, I want to acknowledge the work and effort of one specific individual, George Rodman. George, come on up here. Come on up here, George. I know you're in your scooter. Turn it on. George made about 3,000 phone calls on our behalf. Yes, 3,000.
Without the numbers, right?
Our main effort was aimed at getting out the vote, and George was one of the reasons that we succeeded. He also filled up the room at our February, March, and April Elgin Democrats meetings. People became because he invited them. So George, we want to present you with this, our token of gratitude.
Oh, thank you.
Our token of thanks. Now you can go back to your seat. Thank you, George.
Thank you.
Okay, we ran as a team, and we will manage and operate the township as much as a team. But there were two key additional people who were also elected on April 1. Steve Cernicki as Township Assessor and Jason Krabbe as Township Road Commissioner. Both were re-elected and ran unopposed. I have known Steve and Jason for several years and can personally attest to their ability and passion for their jobs. As assessor, Steve's term is very different from all the others. His new term begins on January 1. So he will be sworn in at that time. But we're extremely pleased that Jason Krabby is here with us tonight. During the campaign, several asked me about Jason, and I assured them that I personally respected the way he has performed and that we will work with him and do what is best for the township. When I told him that, he then told me that several people had asked him about me, wanting to know if he could work with me, okay? So, believe it, we truly respect each other, and I'd like to ask Jason to come on up and say a few words.
Thank you, Vern. I don't think I need this. I'll hold it. As Vern said, obviously I'm Jason Krabby, the Elgin Township Highway Commissioner. I've been doing township work for about 22 years. My wife can attest, thank you, but I sometimes put this before family. I answer phone calls all hours of the night. Phone goes off at midnight, I'm answering it. That's just how I am, that's how I ran, and that's how I will continue on. If you live on a township road, you know that we're out there at 3 a.m. in the morning plowing the streets, making sure that you can get to where you need to go. I look forward to every day coming in, and with the crew that I have, I'd like to thank them. Again, my wife, my parents, Mike and Kim, my daughters, Grace and Molly, and I look forward to working with all of you. Because we're here to represent everyone. Not just one person, not one group. We're here to all the residents of Elgin Township. And I truly believe that. So, thank you.
Lois Wachino is our new township clerk. Lois is very active with the League of Women Voters and Kane County Democratic Women. In addition to her required duties, Lois will be working with me on any and all legal issues that affect the township. I also want to recognize and never speak about it again, but Lois received more votes than any of us. But we will never speak about that again. So Lois, come on up. We'll give you your turn with this microphone. Stay away from everything.
Okay, you guys are all my witness. I never made that promise. I will bring it up whenever I need to. I'd like to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. I'm a retired telecommunications engineer with over 40 years in the field. I supervised teams, I oversaw projects, and managed budgets for a global company. I am the single mother of two wonderful and accomplished adult women. They and their families are the part of my life that above all else has been the most fulfilling. I've only lived in Elgin Township for 10 years, but it is very much, it feels like my home and is where I belong. I'm ever so grateful to all the people who worked on my behalf to get me and the others elected. Politics, and I've said this before in some of my campaign speeches, politics is not how I envisioned my retirement. But I'm so pleased and proud to contribute to my community. I have found my work with the League of Women Voters of the Elgin area to be very rewarding. We actively work to encourage young people to participate in civic matters. And I'm very proud of the hundreds of adults and students we have registered to vote and encouraged to participate in our democracy. I'm also a founding member of the Kane County Democratic Women, an organization that has encouraged and supported dozens of women, including myself, to run for office at all levels of government. and I look forward to continuing to work with these organizations. I'm also grateful to the team I ran alongside. In a time with so much discord, I'm proud to have been part of a positive campaign. I'm looking forward to supporting the entire board in all the exciting new and continuing programs. I hope to be able to make significant and positive contributions to all the residents of our community.
But none of the rest of us are going to speak about that. Just-
Maybe some of us.
3 key changes that we are announcing this evening are: 1, more responsibility for township committees. Add more committees. Second is a major emphasis on increasing volunteer activities. And third is increased involvement of the trustees in township activities and responsibilities. One area that has been expanded under the previous administration is the senior program, most notably the Senior Access Pass. This has been very popular and will definitely be continued. We've already spoken with Elgin Community College, and they will continue providing some level of access to their programs, as will Senior Services. And the Kane Senior Council will be continuing the Monday Senior Lunch program. We will be tasking the Senior Committee to come up with ways to continue expanding the program, perhaps with local restaurants. Now, Janice Bennett has been my friend for years. She is one person that you can always depend upon to get things done. Janice also got the most votes of any of the trustees. Another thing we will never mention again. So we'd like to ask Janice to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Vern. Yes, I was one of the highest vote getters on the trustees, and I will be bringing it up at every opportunity. So, Judge Valdez and elected officials, family and friends, welcome and thank you for coming to our swearing in. I'm so grateful to be able to be part of this such a cohesive team. We all believe each individual is unique and be treated regardless of origin, sex, or political views as human beings. I'm excited to be lead trustee for the seniors. We have a strong legacy to build on and to expand. More volunteers will expand more senior involvement. More meetings to attend means less time at home. So Dave, my husband, can watch as many fishing and hunting on YouTube TV, his favorite program. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Janice. I'm also proud to say that Carl Strathman has been my friend for years. In his position as chair of the Elgin Township Democrats, I've had the honor of literally throwing him under the bus many times. Now that the township has a bus, I can really throw him under one. But seriously, those of us that know Carl know that he is a hard worker and dedicated to helping people. I've never known Carl to turn down any request from someone in need. Carl will be working with Janice on the senior committee. In fact, we will be assigning 2 or 3 elected officials to each of our key committees. Not to control the committees, but to recognize the additional responsibilities that we are assigning to them. Okay? Another responsibility that Carl has agreed to accept is issues relating to our aging building. In addition to housing most of our staff, this building is used virtually every day for meetings and in particular senior activities. But the roof is getting old, as are the HVAC systems. So Carl will be tasked with coming up with a plan to address these issues. Carl has agreed to do all of this and more. Remember the bus? So we'd like Carl to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Vern, I think. It's so good to see somebody else getting thrown under the bus. And I don't know who that is. I would like to thank all that voted for our team and are here to share this evening with us. Thank you for Judge Valdez, one of the many judges here at Elgin that has sworn us in. I am grateful to my wife for bringing me to Elgin to live in a great and diverse community that I love. I'm newbie here. I'm only here about 20 years. And Cheryl grew up here. I'm honored to share with people on the team to continue to make it greater. Vern is correct in saying he is to blame for talking all of us into being part of this new venture for most of us. And he is correct in saying part of throwing me under the bus. We tease each other back and forth often. My story to him is, I feel a hand grenade rolling my way with the pin rolled out. The kidding aside, we are looking forward to do some better things for the township. One of the tasks I'm being involved with is, Janice Bennett, is to continue to enhance the seniors' involvement. I've been a member of the senior committee for probably about 9 years now, and it's been an interesting run. The programs are in place for seniors to involve with other seniors and enjoy and meet for lunch and events that are geared toward them. The greater part of the task is to work with Juan Silva as and some of the employees to make the building a connection for the community needs, having facility that is available for groups in the township to use for clubs or meetings geared towards the community involvement. We will be the connection for groups to have a need. We will be the connection for the groups to have a need to use the facility and to make it functional and as possible successful as we can. I am now chair of the Elgin Township Democrats and precinct committee person, and have now been taking on another task, which I hope is not going to last 12 years, like my township chair did, but I found out that I was one of the longest runs on that, and I'm surprised. I'm looking forward to my next task of serving Elgin Township people. Thank you very much for being here and for your involvement with us.
We will also be expanding services and involvement in helping others in the community. First and foremost is mental health. This is one issue. This is one issue that, in my opinion, has been poorly handled by everyone involved for the past 7 years. Part of our task will be to rectify that issue. When the mental health referendum was decided in 2019 by a 67% majority vote, Elgin Township was given a mandate to make a difference. That has not happened. As the governing body that initiated the referendum, we have the responsibility to determine the levy amount and appoint the members to the board. Then it is up to the board to determine where and how the funds are spent. We also appoint one member to the mental health board, and we have decided that I will be that primary member with that responsibility, and Juan Silva has agreed to be the second one. So we will be the ones working with the mental health board. So we pledge to you that any future members appointed to the mental health board will be people who, 1, understand mental health issues, 2, have a history with our community, and 3, do not have any underlying political agenda. And if you have any questions about that commitment, just call me. That one's going to get me in trouble, I think. But one of the new committees that we will be establishing is the Community Outreach Committee. Right, got to go on to the next page.
I include it.
We believe it.
This committee will be responsible for reaching out to minority groups, neighborhood groups, and conducting events aimed at improving the lives of Elgin Township residents. Our plan is to conduct 4 weekend events each year as part of this effort. The first one will be on Saturday, August 16th, and we need volunteers, by the way, okay? Where we will be continuing the What Makes Elgin Township Tick. Last year's event was a success, and we will continue to build on that momentum. Our second event is scheduled for Saturday, October 18, and will be how to start and run a small home-based business. Separate sessions will be presented in English and in Spanish. Now, Juan Silva, Ed Hansen, and Lois Wachino have agreed to lead this effort. So at this point, we'd like to ask Juan Silva to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Bert. Good evening, everyone. For those that don't know me, my name is Juan Silva. I've been a resident of Elgin for 45 years. I have 3 daughters, so beautiful daughters, and my beautiful wife. Thanks for your support. My family, my sister is here. They all support me in this run. And this bus, the Bern threw me into it. I never thought I'd become a political person, but after several times, I don't know how he did, but he convinced me. Even though that I told it that I'm not an easy person to go with. I got my attitude. I speak with my heart, and I always talk what I think is the right thing to do. Thinking about that, for all those committees that he assigned, that he asked me to be part of them with him, I was happy to be part of all of them. And before I swore in, I had a busy week with phone calls and scheduling meetings with my secretary over there, my wife. As a community outreach, we're already working with one of my friends, Gina Turner, to do some programs for the community. And the businesses, workshops that we're planning to do. I have a friend of mine, Yvette Cano from the Northwest Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, that she's going to be supporting me and how to do the workshops and educate me a little bit and how to introduce myself to the businesses, small businesses, to better serve them on any information that they going to be requesting. So thank you, Yvette, for volunteering for that. I had a meeting and I had a breakfast on Thursday with the 3 or 4 police officers, young kids from here from Elgin. They already have a program for kids, and I love kids. And myself is on kids and seniors, because soon I'm going to be one of them. I want, as Bernard was mentioning, we all here to work for the 6,000 square yards or miles.
6 miles.
6 miles, 6 square miles. Whoever lives on under those lines, I'm here to serve you. You vote for me, and it doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter what party and political side you are. The longer you live under those 6 square miles, I'm working for you. Thank you so much for your vote.
And last but definitely not least is Ed Hansen. What, somebody else here knows him?
He's knocked on everybody's doors, let's be honest.
Ed is a retired Elgin firefighter and now, most recently, a Pace bus driver. I've known Ed for many years, and I've always admired the passion and effort that he puts into everything he does. He is known throughout Elgin as that firefighter guy because of all the campaign walking he does. Who even knows how many pairs of shoes he's gone through? Okay. Recently, when Ed was telling me about his new position with Pace, he told me that he was surprised when they hired him in his first interview. I said, Ed, after driving a fire truck, how much harder can it be to drive a bus? You're the ideal candidate for that job. So Ed is tasked with being on several committees, but is in charge of the Youth Outreach Committee. So Ed, come on up and say a few words.
Let's give it up once again for Lois Washino, who got the most votes. First of all, I got to start by thanking my wife, Loli, who's always there for me, no matter what I decide to do. Whether it's a good idea or not, she's always there. And that extends to my family and friends, many of them who are here today. You don't ever do anything like this without the support and the sacrifice of your family. And I truly appreciate what my family continues to do for me. Elgin Township is a wonderful part of Kane County, perhaps the most wonderful, I think so in my opinion anyway. We are made strong by the institutions that serve our community. As a township board, our role is to provide support and assistance to those institutions. We shall be guided by our recognition of three important characteristics that define our community and make ours a great place to live. Diversity. Elgin Township is home to residents who hail from over 65 nations from around the globe. We celebrate diversity and draw upon a wide array of cultural viewpoints to broaden our perspective. Equity. We believe that all residents of our community should have equitable access to all of the services our township has to offer, regardless of their unique situations. And inclusion. In Elgin Township, we seek a community where all voices are heard, respected, and belong, regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, disability, age, culture, class, veteran status, or religion. It is my honor and privilege to serve the residents of Elgin Township, and let's let the work begin.
I must really have the work cut out for me. Okay, we appreciate all the volunteers that help make Elgin Township great. Those that serve on committees, help with Triad, help when we have events like what makes Elgin Township tick. And those that volunteer tonight, particularly the people from Senior Services, who will be serving fresh refreshments as soon as I stop talking. My wife is making little signs at me. I'm not done yet, dear.
Where's the bus?
So we're looking to hire a volunteer coordinator. This part-time position will be tasked with coordinating and recruiting volunteers. We need people for the senior committee, for the mental health board, the outreach committee, and to help run our events. And maybe as a page runner. We'll be promoting this on our website, email, and with the help of people like you. I'd also like to acknowledge the Elgin Township staff. Jason Krabby has a team that does a great job in plowing snow, seeing that the culverts are open, patching the roads, picking up garden debris, and more. They just do a phenomenal job. Steve Cernicki, in his assessor's office, he has a team that treats people so professionally and personally with any issues, including senior exemption applications. I recall 2 years ago when a tornado hit my community. Steve's staff was out on the streets explaining things to those affected. I was shocked to see them there. That type of proactive approach is truly commendable. And also the supervisor staff that handle our applications and applicants for assistance. Ken Washburn, who takes care of this building. He's been around so long that we forget how bad it was before Ken was here. Believe me, he treats this very personally. And Jeanette Mahalik for helping to organize tonight and for her guidance in the turnover to our new team. And a final topic I want to discuss is what I call our uncertain times. The defunding of many social programs is upsetting to many of us. As it has become more and more pervasive, it affects more people. Elgin Township for years has contracted with and financed many local 501c3 organizations instead of creating its own set of social programs. We will, of course, continue that direction. But what we have to acknowledge is that we may very well have to provide more funding dollars to fewer organizations. Again, more funding dollars to fewer organizations. Those will be some very hard choices. Okay? And before we completely end, if all of the people that were sworn in and the judge will stand over here, and if you'll allow us to finish some pictures, okay? We'll get that done very quickly while you're having cake and coffee in the adjoining room. So thank you all for coming.